Okay. Almost just said week 8, week 9. I don't know why I've been wanting to go up to the screen so close as of late, but apparently I have. So just pretend I didn't do that. What's going on, Sad Falcons? Hey, if you guys are watching this back, like if you're not watching this live, that is awesome. I'm gonna have timestamps in the description as soon as I possibly can. So if there's a certain game you want to hear me talk about, it should be in the timestamps. What is going on, Jacob? Hold on, guys. I need to get my iPad. Hold on, I'm right here. You can hear me audioly. I'm just getting my iPad set up because that would be important, right? Okay, let me pull up the app. I'm here, guys. Rashard, what's going on? I'm just pulling up my iPad, guys. I forgot to do that before the stream, but it's okay because I'm doing it now. All right, we're good. We're here. Hey. I'm sorry you're a sad Eagles fan. That was a close game. That was. I put my little banner at the bottom. All right, guys, you ready to get into it? How does it feel to get a win? It feels pretty nice. It was definitely a frustrating game at times, but I can't even complain because it's a dub. Oh, man, Sebastian. I would be nervous if I'm Justin Fields. I will say that. I would not want to be Justin Fields tonight. I hope he stays safe. I love Justin Fields. I know the Jaguars, Jacob. The Jaguars, for real. That was a nuts game. Who would have thought? All right, guys. Let's talk about these games. I'm gonna put in the first score, which is the Thursday night game. Which I gotta be honest, guys, I did not watch all of this game. This is like the first game all season that I didn't watch all of the game. And it's because I was tired, and it was just like it got so out of hand so early. And once Mike White was out, I was like, all right, this is not going to be a close game. Colts absolutely dominated in this game. What's going on, CJ? What's going on, Rashard? No, it's okay, Rashard. It's only one game, you know? It's only one game. So this game, just all Colts. I mean, Jets were down to their third-string quarterback, Joe Johnson. He honestly didn't play, like, terrible. He threw for over 300 yards. Like, you know. I mean, Josh Johnson. I'm sorry. I just called him Joe Johnson. Excuse me. Josh Johnson. He used to be on the Giants, actually. What is going on, Jacob? It was just really all Colts. I mean, Jonathan Taylor is actually an insane running back. I think he needs to be in the conversation for one of the best running backs in the league right now. Like, I feel like we don't talk about Jonathan Taylor enough. Maybe that's because he's playing in Indianapolis, and Indianapolis has struggled early in the season. But Jonathan Taylor had 18 carries for 172 yards and 2 touchdowns. And there has been so many games where this guy has got over 100 yards from scrimmage. He's great out of the backfield as well. He's fast, and he's big, and he's strong. He reminds me of Derrick Henry a little bit. He really does. I know that's very high expectations to put on someone, but we don't talk about this guy enough. Yeah, Sam Falcons for real. Taylor is really, really good. He is really legit. How many receiving yards did he have in this game? Let me look, because he also gets a ton of receiving yards too. In this game, he only had 28 receiving yards, but he's insane. He's really great. Oh, greetings for London. Will we see OBJ back in the blue? I saw a report today that said they weren't going to put in a waiver claim for him, which makes me sad. But London, isn't it late in London? Isn't it like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock? Are you a Giants fan in London, or a different NFL fan, or just like a fan of the league in general? That's pretty sick. I like London. I think I've been there twice. I think it's like it's like the only place outside of the United States that I've been to more than once. And it's a beautiful city. The thing I find very cool about London, I was talking about this with my friend, is like in London, the buildings are so old. Like, in New York, you see a lot of old buildings, right? But those buildings were built way after the buildings in London. Like, it's actually pretty crazy how cool, like, the architecture is and, like, how far it goes back. I don't know. That's just my little thing about London. All right, back to the football. Yeah, Sebastian, for real. Jonathan Taylor has Nick Chubb type speed and a one-cut explosiveness. With that line, he'd be able to be a top 5 running back for the next 10 years. Yeah, literally, I was going to say he reminds me of Nick Chubb, big back who can run extremely fast, for sure, Sebastian. What is going on, Owen? Yeah, last week this past weekend was literally the weekend of upsets. But this was really all Colts. I mean, it was good to see Carson Wentz have, a game where he was just really, really in control. 272 yards, 3 touchdowns, just really in control. Michael Pittman, another really solid game, 1 touchdown. He had 64 receiving yards, but the thing is, the Colts went up so quick. They didn't really need to throw the ball that much. The Jets defense is weird because the Jets defense can play really well some games and then play like that. So I don't know exactly, Cosmos. All right, guys. Next thing we're going to talk about is speaking of a team that lost to the Jets, the Bengals-Browns game. And what the heck was this game? The Browns confuse me so much this season. The Browns really do. So the Browns bounce back in a humongous way, 41-16. They beat the Bengals 41-16. And this is literally nuts because I thought the Bengals were going to win this game. And they didn't. And they literally got dominated by the Browns. Literally dominated. And it wasn't even really close. I mean, Cleveland scored 17 points in the second quarter. And then 10 in the third, while holding the Bengals to 3 points in the second and third quarter. The Browns put up 27 points in the second and third quarter combined while holding the Bengals offense to 3 points in the second and third quarter. Actually nuts. Actually nuts. Yeah, literally, the Browns do not make sense. I don't understand. Like, people are saying, oh, because they let go of Odell, that's why they're playing so well. Okay, I don't think it's all that. Like, that would be kind of crazy. But I think maybe that has something to do with it, but I don't think them just getting rid of Odell is just like, oh, they're magically a playoff, Super Bowl contender here. Nick Chubb, I think, let me say this. Hey, Chris, I appreciate that. That's very kind. That's so sweet. I'll say this. Last week, Nick Chubb, it was his first week back, and, Kareem Hunt still isn't back. And Nick Chubb, he didn't look like Nick Chubb last week. You could kind of tell he was coming back from an injury. And, Baker, he's dealing with a torn labrum in his non-throwing shoulder, and I think that has to affect him, right? But this week, Nick Chubb looked like Nick Chubb. The dude was hitting the holes and just taking it to the house. When Nick Chubb runs, it's actually insane. Let me get the live stream ball here. Oh, here's the live stream ball, by the way, guys. The Super Ball is looking really nice. Look at that. This is Nick Chubb. The dude is huge and just runs like this, like a machine. I don't even know. Like the dude is insane to watch. He's huge, but it's just like this. Like, I don't know. When you see Nick Chubb run, it's like so connected. I don't know. It's just, he runs like so, it looks like robotic almost, and he's so fast. It looks unreal, honestly. He had 14 carries. 14 carries. Ready? 14 carries for guess how many yards? 137 yards on only 14 carries. Are you kidding me? And 2 touchdowns on that. What? I literally just spit all over my computer. I'm trying to wipe it off. I'm just getting, here we go. I have a little cloth here. I'm just getting a little too excited over Nick Chubb's stats. Guys, wait, I actually made a trade in fantasy football 2 weeks ago, like on Halloween weekend, because I was at a party with someone who was in one of my fantasy football leagues. I traded Darren Waller for Nick Chubb, straight up. And then the first week I'm able to play him, he has this game. So pretty crazy. I just gotta say that for my fantasy squad, I had a flex on everyone. No, I'm doing really bad in that league, actually. But Baker, 14-21, 218 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was throwing some dimes in this game. I really got to say Baker was throwing some dimes. He really was. Baker just looked so much better. This team just looked the way I expected this team to look. The offense looked in sync. They looked healthy. And if this team could be healthy, this is the team I think we could see. This is the team I expected to see this season, and this is the Browns team I think we could see this season. I don't know what is going on, though, with Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Did the Jets break the Bengals? Is that the question? Did the Jets break the Bengals? Joe Burrow, 28 of 40, 282 yards, 2 interceptions. I think the thing is honestly this. I think the Bengals offensive line is really starting to show its flaws. You know what I'm saying? I think I think we're starting to see the true Bengals O-line because Joe Burrow was under so much pressure in this game. I think he was sacked like 5 times or something, but even when he wasn't sacked, Joe Burrow was sacked 5 times, but even when Joe Burrow wasn't sacked, you could tell he was so uncomfortable and just trying to get out of the pocket and make something happen. So I think this Browns defense, like we know, is really good, but the Bengals O-line, I think it could be a problem going forward because it might be starting to, play the way we expected the Bengals O-line to play. Yeah, I just talked about the Colts before. I think they had a great game. Yeah, exactly, Sebastian. Though the Browns losses are to good teams. Yes, I am going to watch the Bears Steelers tonight. Will be a reaction after that. Next game. We'll go to the next game here, guys. The next game is Dallas. The next game is Dallas, actually. So we got Cowboys. I know the Cowboys fans are going to be mad at me, but because I wasn't out on the field, guys. I didn't impact this game. Denver Broncos 30, Dallas Cowboys 16. So this game, I don't even know. When I saw the score for this game while I was watching the Giants game, like as I saw it on the bottom of the screen, while I was watching the game and just watching the Broncos put up more and more points, and the Cowboys just not scoring any points. I was like, what is going on? And it wasn't even this close. Like, I'm sorry, Cowboys fans. I'm just gonna say it how it is. A lot of these points were scored in garbage time. I don't know. Like, I don't know what happened. Dak was 19 of 39. 232 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. I don't know what happened. No, skip this one. It's okay, guys. Listen, if you're a Cowboys fan, it's one game. It's one game, and the division is terrible, and the Cowboys are still up by a ton in the division. So don't worry. Yeah, it was literally after 3 quarters. You guys want to know what the score was after 3 quarters? After 3 quarters, the score was 19-0 Broncos. 19-0 Broncos after 3 quarters. I have been saying, who is the defense that's going to stop this Cowboys offense, right? Apparently, it's the Broncos defense. Let's give that one. I got to talk about it. It's just, I don't know if Dak wasn't 100% back because it seemed like he almost could have played last weekend too. I think maybe just they went down too fast. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, I watched this game back. I saw they didn't convert on 4th down early in the red zone. The offense didn't. Teddy was actually dropping some dimes in this game. Like, Teddy had a really nice game. He was 19 of 28, 249 yards, 1 touchdown. And that touchdown to Patrick was gorgeous. Absolute dime, perfectly placed deep ball. Yeah, that's the thing. Dak was off. I don't know. That's what I was saying. I don't know if it's because of the injury, if he wasn't 100% back yet. But you could tell he was missing some throws. He was having to get outside the pocket a lot, and it was just, I don't know. They didn't. I don't know. They just didn't play well. They really didn't. But listen, these type of games happen. It's fine if you're a Cowboys fan. I'll say this: I wouldn't be worried. They just had an off game, and that type of stuff happens. I just think it's weird that they were at home, to be honest. And the Broncos do have a good defense. Yeah, that's the thing. I got to talk about this too. The AFC, literally anyone could win the AFC. NFC has a handful of very good teams, but the AFC, I don't even know. Yeah, I saw some wide receivers dropping passes. I saw like Pollard had a drop that would have been a 1st down. It just, everything was just kind of off for the Cowboys in that game. All right, next game we got is here we go. Oh, okay. So I gotta be honest. I watched every game but this game because I didn't want to watch this game because I knew it was a very sloppy game. So I didn't watch this game back. But it's Dolphins Texans. I just couldn't bring myself to watch this game today, guys. I didn't want to. So the Dolphins won, which I'm kind of surprised. Dolphins won 17-9. They needed this W. I don't even know what this was. Apparently there were let me count how many turnovers there were. Let me see how many turnovers. There was a total of 9 turnovers in this game. A total of 9 turnovers. 9 turnovers. 5 by the Dolphins. 4 by the Texans. Dolphins fumbled the ball 3 times. Threw 2 interceptions. Houston threw 3 interceptions. Jacoby Brissett was playing for the Dolphins. I just couldn't bring myself to watch this game because I knew it was a really sloppy football game. I mean, the only team to score a touchdown was the Dolphins. The Texans didn't even score a touchdown. The Texans didn't even score a touchdown. They just hit field goals. So I just didn't want to watch it, being totally honest. And I'm going to stop talking about it now because, I mean, if you're a fan of either of these teams, okay. But I've talked about you guys before in other instances. Okay, this is a fun game. We got a fun game here, though. This was a fun game. This was a fun game to watch back. Falcons Saints. So who would have thought? Who would have thought that the Falcons, if the season ended today, would be in the playoffs? Who would have thought? Who? Shout out to Sad Falcons because you guys are in the playoffs right now. If the season ended today, the Falcons would be in the playoffs, getting that last wild card spot at 4-4. Absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. So I honestly didn't think Trevor Siemian played terrible in this game. When I first saw his stat line for this game, I thought he would have played way worse. I think the thing was this. I think the Saints wide receivers weren't getting separation. And I think there were a lot of not drops, but just, I don't think they would go on the stat sheet as drops, but kind of balls where it's you don't really have a ton of separation for the defender and it's a tough catch, but you can make it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very impressed with the Falcons. I gotta say this. Younghoe Koo, this dude is clutch. This guy is erasing the Falcons choking because of the clutch game-winning field goals he has hit this season for the Falcons. I know versus the Giants he hit one. In this game he hit a game-winning field goal. Younghoe Koo, dude is one of my favorite wide receivers, one of my favorite kickers in the NFL. I follow him on Instagram. I've been following him on Instagram for a while. Love the dude. Love his story. He was on the Chargers, high draft pick for a kicker that, is struggling, but then he really reinvents himself in Atlanta and has just been super clutch for the Falcons. Really has. He's making his game-winning field goals, and we know how important it is to have a kicker who can hit those field goals in the tough moments, especially when you're the Falcons, because we all joke about the Falcons for choking. But Matt Ryan was I am Matty Ice in my legs, because Matt Ryan was running in this game. Matt Ryan was scrambling. He scrambled for a touchdown. I was like, oh my gosh. Matt Ryan is saying, I am still young, guys. Yeah, Younghoe Koo, I love him. He's one of my favorites. I do really gotta say that. I love the dude. Matt Ryan was 23 of 30, 343 yards, 2 touchdowns. Just absolutely a young Matt Ryan game. Matt Ryan's hey, let me take five years off my age. Patterson, 126 receiving yards. Just you think the Falcons beating the Saints was expected? Because the thing is this, I thought the Saints defense was so good coming into this game, right? I thought, the Saints defense was really good and could carry them. But Atlanta was really marching down the field this game. This Saints defense did not look good at all in this game. And I don't know how that happens. I don't know how you go from beating Tom Brady, picking off Tom Brady twice, and then next week you're letting Matty Ice just throw all over your defense, and you letting Matty Ice run in for a touchdown. Yeah, I feel like there's honestly a lot of those up and down teams this season. I really do. honestly, let me say this. I wouldn't be surprised if the Pats win the AFC East. I would not be surprised. Like, I don't trust the Bills. But we're going to talk about that game in a minute. But we're going to talk about the Giants real quick. Guys, I did my live reaction to this. So I'm going to talk about this quick because, there's the live reaction. But Giants 23, Raiders 16. So basically, in this game, Giants defense is looking like the Giants defense that we saw last season, which is good because that was a top 10 defense and the defense they needed this season. Offensive play calling is still atrocious, but the defense literally won them this game. I don't know what's going on with the Raiders. Derek Carr was just a little sloppy with the ball. He was a little off. And the defense for the Raiders was the secondary couldn't get the big stops that they needed. And the Giants were really able to establish the run. I mean, the pass rush is still really good for the Raiders, but they couldn't really stop the run. I think it was great that the Raiders signed Deshaun Jackson. Honestly, when he was when he parted way with the Rams, like released or whatever, I thought the Raiders would be a great spot for him, and he is signing there. I think Josina Anderson reported. All right, let's go Patriots 24, Panthers 6. Guys, I gotta be real. I don't think Sam Darnold is a starting quarterback in the NFL. I don't think he's a starting caliber quarterback in the NFL. I just don't think. I don't think he is. Threw 3 interceptions in this game. He completed 16 of his 33 passes for 172 yards. Even with Christian McCaffrey back, Sam Darnold has thrown 3 interceptions. Mac Jones, 12 of 18, 139 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And it's not like Mac Jones has honestly played like incredible football this season or anything like that. But he just kind of makes the throws he has to and puts them in a position to win, They've been running the ball pretty well throughout the season. Defense is really good for the Pats. You think they're going to make the wild card? Yeah, I can see them making the wild card. Yeah, honestly, guys, I feel like Mac Jones play was literally dirty. I'm sorry. I saw it. I saw like the NFL films level from the ground because he didn't just grab his ankle. I understand him going to grab the ankle to stop Brian Burns from recovering his fumble, right? I understand that you want to try to tackle the guy while you're on the ground. But the way he twisted it, the way he grabbed and twisted it I think that was dirty. I do. But what are you gonna do? I think like the most that will happen will be a fine. It's just you don't like people twisting other people's ankles. I don't know if it was on purpose. It seemed kind of dirty, but it's just when you watch something like that happen, you're like, you get nervous. Hey, I appreciate it. It was a good game. So the next game we'll talk about is, and yeah, honestly, the Patriots are 5-4 right now, and I gotta look at their schedule, but I think this defense can actually really, really carry this team. I said that about the Saints last week, but I think this defense could be really good. Yeah, I think Deshaun Jackson is gonna be an awesome fit on the Raiders' offense. All right, next game, Buffalo, Jacksonville. So this was what a shocker. I think we were in the pregame show and we were like pregame live stream, and I was like, all right, guys, we're gonna do picks for this game. Everyone was like, I know we were kind of joking. I was joking too, and but I was like, everyone was saying Bills jokingly, and I was like, hey, any given Sunday. I mean, obviously, I picked the Bills, but is the Manning curse? Is the Manning cast curse real? So have you guys seen that like thing where anytime a player goes on the Manning cast, they lose the following game? Have you guys seen that? Because Josh Allen was on it this past Monday, and then the next game he loses to the Jaguars. So do you think the Manning curse is real? Because every single player that's been on the Manning cast has lost their next game, and including Josh Allen. I think the Jaguars defense won them this game for sure. This Jaguars D-line. King Higgins, I'm sorry. This Jaguars D-line. I wonder how good the party was after the win. I love it, Jonathan. This defense, this Jaguars defensive line, the pressure they were getting on Josh Allen was insane. Josh Allen was dropping back and trying to make something happen. I will say this, though. Josh Allen needs to protect himself when he runs. Every single time I watch a Bills game, either live or the next day, like Monday morning if they play on a Sunday and I don't watch, he gets hit so much when he runs the ball. He needs to protect himself. I am nervous for Josh Allen and him not protecting himself because he runs the ball, doesn't protect himself, and he's also throwing the ball so much. I mean, he threw it 47 times in this game. He ran with it 5 times for 50 yards, but he seems to get hit every single time he runs the ball. So I need Josh Allen, if I'm a Bills fan, to protect himself more because it's a long season. I keep saying this, but Josh Allen is like this offense. I mean, they ran the ball 9 times with their running backs in this game. That's it. 9 times. Zach Moss and Devin Singletary had a combined total of 9 carries. So Josh Allen needs to make sure he's protecting himself when he runs. I need him to slide. Yes, Josh Allen, Jacksonville Josh Allen went crazy versus Buffalo Josh Allen. Jacksonville Josh Allen definitely won. Jacksonville Josh Allen definitely won this matchup. Yeah, Buffalo has no run game, but the thing is, I feel like they never try to establish it. Like they ran the ball 9 times with their running backs combined in this game. Exactly. 9 carries is a horrible strategy, and they continue to do this. Like every single game, I'm looking at the stat sheet, and like Josh Allen has as many carries like the running backs have, and it doesn't make sense. And he's also throwing the ball almost 50 times. Like every game, it's like you need to protect your quarterback. You do. It's just I don't think it's a great strategy, especially when Josh Allen was under so much pressure that he was in this game. I mean, shout out to the Jacksonville defense because they really, I mean, this rush defense was actually like rushing the QB, like pass rush defense was crazy. It really was. Like they were making things very uncomfortable for Josh Allen and this offense. How many times was Josh Allen sacked in this game? He was sacked only 4 times. I thought it was going to be more, but it just looked like he was very uncomfortable out there. And Trevor Lawrence didn't turn the ball over. 15 of 26. I know he left with an injury for part of the game, and then he came back in, fortunately. But, we love the decision-making, not turning the ball over. He was turning the ball over a ton earlier this season. So, Trevor Lawrence looks like he's going to keep improving. So that is good news for Jacksonville. Oh, my God, it's almost 8. All right, I have to hurry. Next game we got is the Ravens and the Vikings. So Vikings went up early, pretty big in this game. I think the Ravens were down 14 at one point, like in the third quarter or something. But Vikings lose in OT, and it's just like Lamar has been the comeback king this year. He really has. Lamar, he puts the team on his back, and then they win. That's what happens. That's what happens with Lamar at quarterback this season. He didn't have the best game, statistically, 27 to 41, 266 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He carried the ball for 120 yards, though, so he was doing a lot with his legs. But at the end of the day, the Ravens have kind of played down to their competition a little bit. But at least at the end of the game, they're able to pull it out. I don't like the way this Ravens defense is playing, to be honest with you. They kind of make me nervous. I feel like they're kind of giving up too many points. And I know this Vikings offense has a lot of great players, but you can't give up 31 points to a Kirk Cousins-led offense. I'm sorry. Like, if this Vikings offense had another quarterback, I think they could be really good. I don't like Kirk Cousins as a quarterback to be. I don't want to say I don't like Kirk Cousins, but I don't think he's a very good quarterback. I mean, I don't like Kirk Cousins. I'm sure he's a fine dude, but I don't like him as a quarterback. Like, I don't think he's a very good quarterback who elevates players around him. Chargers 27, Eagles 24. So this was way closer than I expected. So this was a lot closer than I expected in this game. Chargers, they end up getting the win. Last second field goal. I mean, Dustin Hopkins is their kicker now. He was the kicker for the Washington football team earlier this season. But they get the win. Let me say this, though. This Chargers run defense is really not good. Like, this might be a huge problem for this team. The Chargers run defense is really, really not good. And I am concerned about it going forward if I am a Chargers fan. The whole defense, honestly, isn't that great. But Jordan Howard had 17 carries for 71 yards because, of course, you know, the Eagles have decided they are going to run the ball now finally. And I would be so frustrated if they didn't run the ball against the Chargers if I'm an Eagles fan, because the Chargers run defense is just so bad. I mean, Jordan Howard had 70 carries for 71 yards. Like I said, Boston Scott, 10 carries for 40 yards. Thank you to the Eagles for running the ball. They finally did that. You know, Jalen Hurts has honestly been playing really solid. Like, I've been kind of impressed by what I've seen Jalen Hurts do, especially under pressure. When he's under pressure, the way he can get out of the pocket, it's actually really, really impressive. He was 11 to 17, 162 yards, 1 touchdown. You know, they got that touchdown late, but they left too much time out on the clock for the Chargers. It was a tie game at that point after they scored that touchdown. Left too much time on the clock for the Chargers. Chargers come down, hit the game-winning field goal. The crazy thing is, though, the Chargers were like inside the Eagles 30 with maybe like under a minute left, and it was 4th and 1, and they went for it on 4th and 1 because the field goal situation has not been good for the Chargers, so they need to go for it just to get that field goal. Like, they had it on the 11-yard line to hit that final field goal. I mean, it was a very close field goal, literally middle of the field. I honestly, no disrespect, I feel like some people who were fans could hit that field goal. Like, if you've played soccer or something, like, I feel like you might be able to, you know, hit that field goal. If you are a fan and you've played soccer or something, it was like a perfectly set up field goal. All right, guys, this was such a weird game. Kansas City and Green Bay. So, Kansas City wins this one 13-7. And this was such a weird game. This was literally, it was like boring, but it was like weird at the end. The first 3 quarters of the game were like a snooze fest, to be honest. Jordan Love gets the start, and he doesn't look too good. But honestly, I didn't understand why the announcers were literally ripping him apart on the broadcast. Like, oh my God, he's playing so bad. He's missing his throws. Like, the dude is literally playing his he's starting his first NFL game. He's getting his first NFL start. And he's getting like ripped apart by the announcers. And it's like, what? Like, the dude is literally like making his first start on the road, like in a very hostile environment. And I didn't think he played terrible. Yeah, he was missing throws and stuff, but Kansas City just doesn't look like the same team. They still don't. Exactly. He barely had any practice. It's not like he's working with the ones in practice when Aaron Rodgers is there. Kansas City just doesn't look like the same team. I don't know what is going on. They just don't look like the same. They don't look in sync. Yeah, right? Right, Jonathan? Like, I didn't know if I was the only one hearing it, but I was like, this sounds like they're like really going in on him for no reason. I was like, this sounds like they're really like criticizing him hard, like harder than I've heard any quarterback making his first start get criticized. It was so weird. I was like, why are they hating on him? He did get them kind of back in this game late in the 4th quarter. But listen, Mahomes made a Mahomes throw on 3rd down to basically seal the game. It was a Mahomes to Tyreek Hill throw. It was like the Chiefs we've seen the past few years in that final play. Yeah, they were literally roasting Love, and I was like, calm down. Like, this is his first start. Like, chill. I was like surprised why they were roasting him so much. But that's the thing with the Chiefs. Monday night they did it versus the Giants, and they did it in this game versus Green Bay. when the game was on the line, this offense was on the field, and they needed to play the game, the offense was able to do so. Even though they should have made plays throughout the whole game, when the offense was on the field and needed to make a play to win the game in the fourth quarter, they did. So if you're a Chiefs fan, I guess you can say that is good. But Packers, Chiefs. I mean, what am I saying? Chiefs don't look the same still. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Like, even on offense, they don't look the same. I don't even know. All right, Cardinals. We got to hurry here because Monday Night Football is starting soon. Cardinals 31. Voice crack. 49ers 17. Okay, so this just kind of proves how good the Cardinals are. To go play the 49ers without DeAndre Hopkins, without Kyler Murray, and win by this much. You're winning by this much. With Colt McCoy at quarterback. Shout out to Colt McCoy, though. Been a backup, has had to start the past 2 seasons, and has gotten the win versus these good NFC West teams. He won versus the Seahawks last year. Actually so funny how Colt McCoy is able just to step in and be like, yes, I will win as the starter. But the run game was really working for Arizona. James Conner had a crazy game. I mean, it was nuts. Colt McCoy made some throws that he needed to make. It wasn't like the craziest quarterback game, but the defense did what they needed to do. So much pressure on Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo was under so much pressure. How many times was he sacked? He was sacked 5 times in this game. He looked so uncomfortable back there. Cardinals defense is legit. Like, I think we knew they were legit throughout the season. They played solid versus Green Bay, but like the Green Bay offense just did Green Bay offense things. Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Rodgers things versus defense. But Colt McCoy, 22 of 26, 249 yards, 1 touchdown. Like, if your backup quarterback is giving you those numbers, you will take that every game your backup quarterback has to start. Like, high completion percentage, not turning the ball over. You take that. I mean, Jimmy had way worse numbers than Garoppolo. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo had way worse, completion percentage than Colt McCoy, 28 of 40. They couldn't really get the run game going either for San Francisco. I mean, they really didn't attempt to get the run game going. The Cardinals were just forcing turnovers, and it was a great game for the Cardinals. They're 8-1 now. Like, it's pretty impressive what the Cardinals are doing right now. I will say that. So next game we got is the Sunday Night Football game, and then I could go start my reaction to the Monday Night Football game, which is going to start in like a minute. All right, guys. We got the Titans winning versus the Rams, and this was the, perfect end to a crazy week. Literally, Stafford was playing like not Stafford. I don't even know what the Titans defense is. Every time, I see the Titans defense on paper, I'm just like, oh, it's good. You don't think of it as like one of the best teams in the league, right? One of the best defenses in the league. You don't think about the Titans as one of the best defenses in the league. But every single Sunday, this defense comes to play. What? They made Matt Stafford just look silly out there. Silly. I mean, yeah, Jeffrey Simmons is insane for sure. I mean, he is crazy good. Definitely the Titans D-line is insane. I know the secondary is dealing with injuries, and the secondary isn't really that good for the Titans. But I think the pass rush is just helping that secondary play better because, when the quarterback has less time to throw the ball, they can't go through all their reads. Wide receivers can't get that much separation, go through their full route, blah, blah, blah. So this pass rush is really stepping up for this team. And you know what's crazy? We all talk about how Derrick Henry is like the best running back in the NFL and like the only offense that really relies on a running back like that, right? Because not many offenses are built around a running back, but the Titans definitely are with the play action and everything. Even with Derrick Henry not in this game, this team was able to win by a lot. Yeah, Byard had the pick 6 too. Even without Henry though, this team was able to score, get into the end zone. I mean, the defense really put this offense in a great position for this game. I can't lie about that. But I can't lie. This Titans team, I don't know. I don't even know with them. You know what I'm saying? Like this team, they're 7-2 right now. They've lost to the Jets this season, but they beat the Bills, they beat the Rams. Like they are I don't even know. It's gonna be interesting to see how they play the rest of the season without Henry. But this team just keeps showing up. I don't know. They just keep showing up, and it's really crazy. But I guess that's gonna be it for this recap, guys. Because I'm gonna go do the Monday Night Football reaction. So if you wanna check out that reaction tonight, it will be up after the game, unless it's like late in the fourth quarter and the game is clearly over, then it might be up like as the game's ending. No, it'll be up when the game's over. I can never edit fast enough to get it out before the game ends. But yeah, I don't know. Like I didn't expect the Titans to win this week. I'll be totally honest. Now I have to start believing in them. But yeah, guys, that should be up. Monday Night Football reaction should be up tonight, like 12-ish. I don't know, whenever the game ends. A little bit after the game ending, because I have to edit and all that stuff. So yeah, guys, appreciate you all. If anyone has any last comments, concerns, it's 8:12. I gotta get ready. Get my camera ready. And yeah, guys, appreciate you all being here. I really do. And I hope your favorite team won this week. So that is it, guys. Peace.